All right, man, we back. Yeah, we back in the building. Let's get this show started because we got to talk about Dirk. Shout out to Lil Dirk, free Lil Dirk, man. Know what I mean? But good afternoon, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Don't know what you're waiting on. I'm gonna look around also, and what are you waiting on? Smash that subscribe and that like button, and make sure you keep that bell, that notification bell on, so you know when these videos are dropping. But we got to talk about Little Dirk. I don't know if y'all know what's going on. Y'all already know I'm gonna put y'all in tune to it. Little Durk ready to go to trial. Yeah, that part. He's ready to go to trial. He's ready to get everything out the way, obviously. But you got some co-defendants over there that's part of his trial with this murder to hire allegedly that they got on Little Durk. You know, with the situation that happened in California. Whatever, whatever. Well, some of them ain't ready. I don't know. OTF, DD ain't ready. I don't know. Some of them dudes ain't ready over there. But my thing is, if y'all all innocent or y'all feel like they don't got that much that much of a proof that y'all was involved in a murder to hide and knock off Quando Wando cousin, whatever in LA, why y'all don't just go to trial right away with Lil Durk? Something going on behind it in that back end. I'm telling y'all, somebody's gonna start talking. I don't know. Maybe they don't got that much evidence on Dirk, but they got a lot on the other guys. There's a lot of documents that's actually sealed that need to be unsealed. Oh, y'all think I'm lying? We're gonna get to Trench's News. Shout out to Trench's News. We're gonna get to him because you know he keep y'all in tune about the Chicago's artists and all that. So shout out to Trench's. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Trench's News on YouTube and everything go. But back to what I was saying. There's something going on. There's even remember that fourth co-defender, whatever, that co-conspirator, whatever, the fourth person that's involved in the trial that say that fourth person is from California. Allegedly, that person was the one that put the location or dropped the location on Quando and them niggas. Everybody thought it was Brick Baby. To this day, we still don't know if it was Brick Baby or not from California out there in the West. We gotta talk about all this, man. Cause my thing is, can Dirk possibly beat this? Can he come home? Because if they end up trying to push the trial more and more and more, pause. Dirk trial basically supposed to start in January of 2026. But it looked like his guys over there ain't ready to go to trial. Let's talk about this. Because remember, the trial supposed to have started in November. But now they push it to January 26th. They might push it even further, to be honest. Man, let's get this show started. Because we got to talk about this, man. Because I don't know if Little Dirk going to come home or not. And if he do come home off this, let me tell you something. He going to be a bigger star than what he was before he went in. Beating the feds off this and all that, yeah, he's gonna be a way bigger star than that. Know what I mean? But we gotta talk about this. We gotta see what's going on here because I feel like one of them dudes that's down with that's going to trial, one of them gonna start talking, obviously. Let's get this show started, man. Smash that like button. Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Smash that thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't gonna hurt your feeling. It ain't gonna cost you. Junk is absolutely free. Share the video. Keep that notification bell on so you know when these videos are dropping. Shout out to Team Smoke and Smoke Gang. Shout out to everybody that got their membership, man. Try to get yours also. If you want to donate to the channel, donation is also on the Cash App there on the banner. You can also donate by the thank button on the video. But let's get this copyright out the way. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here, absolutely for educational and entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is absolutely for educational and entertainment purpose. The clips and the videos I play are also owned by the original creators. So if y'all don't know what's going on, let me put y'all into him, man. I feel bad for Dirk, yo, man. I really do. I feel bad for Dirk because Dirk ready to go to trial. His dudes is the one, his guys, whatever, them guys ain't ready to go to trial. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to the clips so I can understand what's going on. But if y'all see, they got motions put in as far as his coast army, his co-defenders, whatever. I don't know if OTF DD ready to go to trial. I don't know if the rest of the other guys are ready to go to trial. We don't know. We don't really know because there's a lot of documents that's actually sealed that need to be unsealed also. Then you got on Lil Durk on manager over here. I mean Lil Durk on DJ. Little Durk affiliated DJ bands call out people for going to Young Boy show after they said they don't like him. Now, listen, let me tell you something before we continue with this Durk situation with his court. Because I actually wanted to get to this point right here, because this actually dropped not so long ago. It was on the internet. You can't stop from people going to go see somebody that they like their music. Let me explain that again. The whole Chicago is not OTF. The whole goddamn Chicago don't like NBA YoungBoy. You got some people that rock. A lot of people in Chicago that like his. Listen, Mimo 600. Shout out to Mimo 600. He just did an interview on Can Capone. And Can Capone News asked him, yeah, how you feel about the guys, people going out to go see NBA YoungBoy at the Chicago concert and all this. You know what Mimo said? Mimo 600 said, yo, listen, man. Listen, folks. Everybody ain't OTF. Everybody ain't 600 over here. Chicago's a big city. Everybody don't rock with us. We don't rock with people. You got a lot of people that rock with NBA YoungBoy music. They're going to go see him. Mimo 600. That's who said that. And Mimo 600 even said that I was a fan of NBA YoungBoy before he unalived my boy, meaning King Von. Well, he didn't unalive him. He dissed him, and he trolled him after King Von got unalive and all this. And we all know Quando Rondo is down with NBA YoungBoy in this camp, and Little Tim, he rock with NBA YoungBoy also. So they all in cahoots with each other. They all kumbaya with each other. But what got to Mimo 600 is the point that when NBA YoungBoy started dissing King Von, on his music and trolling about him being unalive and this and that and the third. So everybody don't rock with NBA YoungBoy in Chicago. So you can't stop that chant. Let me put that in the air right quick. And NBA YoungBoy is like the Tupac of this goddamn era. I mean, you seen his arenas, you seen his shows. That shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. He got the game sold up when it comes to his generation, his era. He got this shit sold. I mean, he got it. Yeah, NBA YoungBoy got it. But I just wanted to be in tune with that right quick because you can't stop everybody in Chicago to go see NBA. Yeah, man. Y'all people talk about y'all don't rock with them and this. You can't stop it, champ. Security is crazy. Everybody thought, something was gonna happen out there when NBA YoungBoy went out there to go perform whatever. Obviously, nothing happened. He born got what? I think he born got Little Tim, man. He born got FBG Wooski out there. I think he did. If I ain't mistaken, I think he born little Wooski out there on the stick. Come on, man. A lot of people rock with NBA. Just because the ops don't rock with them, to mean the whole Chicago don't rock with them. Nah, niggas like that nigga music, man. That nigga the Tupac of this goddamn era, man. That part. But let's get to these clips though, man. Let's get to the situation with Little Durk, man. Obviously, he's ready to go to trial. Obviously, he's ready to go in there and show them that he ain't had nothing to do with it. Where the proof, where the evidence. But see, my thing is, if the other homies ain't ready to go to trial with you, the feds or the prosecutor must have went in them niggas' cell or did a one-on-one thing with their lawyers. Was like, yo, listen, this the evidence we got on your niggas over there. OTF, all them other niggas, man. Yeah, here, this the evidence we got. Maybe them niggas is kind of shaky because they got more evidence on them, not on Little Durk. And that's a possibility. That's why Little Durk is ready to take this shit to trial right away. It would have started in November. Something going on here, man. I think they don't got too much on Durk. They got a lot on the other homies, though. Meaning his homies that's locked up with him. That's my opinion. That's what I think is going on here. And I think them niggas ain't ready to go to trial. Maybe not all of them, but I think the majority of them, they got a lot, way more evidence to smack the book, slam the book on them niggas and lock these niggas up for the shit that happened with Quando Rondo cousin out there in LA. But as far as Little Durk, I think they don't got too much. I think they got a little bit of he say, she say, all that he, know what I mean? Not too much on the documents, not too much on the text of him talking crazy. Yeah, go do that. I got 20,000 for that nigga. Know what I mean, go handle that. I don't think they got that on Little Durk. I think they got it on Vonnie, Didi, all them niggas. You see OTF Vonnie dad, he was doing a whole parade on these platforms. He just did an interview with DJ Go check that out. Shout out to DJ. He's continued saying that King Von got backdoor. He's continued saying that, yeah, man, my little nephew got backdoor. I know that's my son, but my son did wrong. Meaning OTF Vonnie. That's his dad speaking about that. And he's still continually talking about this on all platforms. So maybe all the evidence is on these niggas. Not too much on Little Durk, though. Because little homie, little smirk ready to take this shit to trial, man. So if you that confidence to take your shit to trial with this big case on over your head, pause, this murder for hire and all this, that means that his lawyers is telling him like, yo, listen, man, we gonna eat these niggas in court because they don't got too much going on. They got a lot on your co-defendants and all that, but as far as you, they don't have too much going on over here. That's a possibility what actually is probably happening right now as we speak. Let's get to these clips though, man, so y'all can understand a little bit more because this is nasty work. When you do sloppy jobs and all this, this is the consequences that's gonna come back, man. You got to do this shit correct. If you out there doing some type of negative activities out there in the world and shit, because when you get caught and you got people around you, not everybody's gonna stand 10 toes down with you, champs. This is for the YNs and for everybody. Sometimes you just gotta be quiet and do shit on your own, allegedly. You know what I mean? When you do shit with others, they're gonna bring you down just as well. Let's continue. Though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video, man. Let's continue with this little smirk situation going on.
Durk's case just got hit with another twist. The trial was supposed to pop off October 14th, 2025, but on September 12th, the feds and some co-defendants slid in a motion asking the judge to push it all the way back to 2026. They're saying this case is too unusual and complex. Like, they got hundreds of gigs of digital evidence, tens of thousands of pages of paperwork. Basically a mountain of stuff to go through. But Durk's lawyers aren't going for it. They filed their own response, saying they're ready for October and won't agree to dragging this case out another year. Right now, the judge hasn't ruled yet, so nothing is official. But if the court sides with the prosecutors and those co-defendants, it means Durk won't even step into that courtroom until sometime in 2026. That's almost a full extra even hears opening statements. And once it does start, the government says the trial itself could run about 2 to 3 weeks, just for their side of the case. During that whole time, Durk is still facing those heavy federal charges tied to a 2022 retaliation killing, along with all the attention and pressure that comes with it. The longer this drags out, the more time the government has to build their case. But it also gives Durk's defense more time to prepare their counter. Either way, the wait just keeps getting longer, and the outcome stays hanging in the balance.
And that's actually true. You see, what I think going on here, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video, y'all. What I think going on here, they got a lack of evidence on little Durk. That's why Durk trying to take it to trial quick. He trying like, man, listen, his lawyers probably telling him this. Allegedly. They probably like, yo, listen, man, they got lack of evidence on us over here, Mr. Smirk. We're going to take this shit to trial as soon as possible because if you take it to trial soon with the lack of evidence that they got on little Durk, you could smack them all the way. You could smack them all day in that court. You could get over in that court because the evidence is they don't got that much of a proof. But if you wait and you be like, yeah, man, we want to put the motion and this and that, they're gonna pile up more evidence. They're gonna put more evidence in the court. They're gonna provide that in the court. They're gonna present that in court. But if you got a lack of evidence, just a little bit, not too much. I mean, not too much of a proof that he was on doing the murder to hire. Pardon me. You can eat that in court because the lack of evidence that they have. The faster you go to court with that lack of evidence, the more you can eat that and beat that and smack them all the way around in court. Lawyers gonna get paid what they do, and you up out of there. But if you sit back in jail and you just, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing the motion and this and that, they're gonna pile up more evidence on you on him. That's what I think is going on with him and the other co-defendants. Because Durk is probably mad at them, like, yo, who the hell keep putting in motions over there? I'm ready to go to court, champs. They don't got really know me. And he's the money. He's the machine. He's the provider. Meet a little Durk. Them niggas ain't got no. Them niggas ain't hard. Them niggas just street niggas. So you want your machine to come home and continue building his empire, meaning an OTF label. But right now, them niggas sitting in dry right now. Them niggas ain't got no motion going on. I sit back and wait. Little duty low, nigga, your bald head. I mean, what you doing? Them niggas ain't got no motion going on over there right now. No music, nigga. If they is, nigga, there's a couple little singles here and there, nothing crazy. They got no motion right now, meaning an OTF label. Y'all remember YSL label, right? Y'all remember them old videos? I'm like, yo, Doug, you did wrong because you should want Gunner to come home to provide for your label, for the revenue to continue coming in your label. That part, I sit back and wait. But see, Durk can't do that because Durk ain't got nobody like a gun over there on the OTF label that can continue making OTF money for the label, this, that, and the third. Nah, he don't got that over there. So you want the nigga home as soon as possible. Money gonna dry up. That part. What are we talking about? You can't. Come on, man. What we talking about? Nigga got bills outside. He got to pay his rent outside. He's still paying bills outside while he locked up, meaning Lil Durk. He's still taking care of the family while he locked up. You want revenue to continue coming in. And OTF, the label, I don't know. I might be wrong, but I don't see nobody over there dropping no hits or dropping music over there. So what revenue coming in that to continue with this? That nigga got to come home soon. He got to push the trial soon as possible. They got lack of evidence on Lil Durk, but he's probably looking at his niggas like, what is y'all doing over there? These niggas about to start talking. That's what the hell they doing, Smirk. That's what they doing, Smirk. One of them niggas over there, two of them niggas about to start talking, champ. Maybe OTF Diddy gonna stand 10 toes down. Maybe on OTF Vonnie, we don't know. Now, I mean, according to his dad, his dad want him to talk about the King Von situation so he could get his ass up out this murder to high and shit. Because they were saying that they got a lot of evidence on OTF Vonnie. That's why OTF Vonnie dad been on these platforms say, listen, you want to get out this situation, bring up that goddamn King Von situation, man. Because there was more players involved in that part, allegedly. That's what his dad is doing. So that tell us they got a lot of evidence on OTF Vonnie. But who gonna start talking? Obviously, it might be Vonnie, who else, and the other two besides OTF Didi. We don't know. But only thing we do know, which we're gonna continue with the clip, we know that little Smirk ready to go to trial with the lack of evidence that they had. The faster you go to trial, the faster your ass come home with the lack of evidence they have. Unless they got a little backdrop in the back and pause and somebody gonna come and surprise them like, yeah, I'm ready to testify on this nigga. That part. Now y'all got something it's a spooky situation going on there. But let's continue with this so y'all can understand what's really going on. Because somebody's pushing motions, the other co-defendants. Smirk ready to go to trial. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, man.
But it looks like a request has been submitted to move the trial for rapper Lil Durk from October 14th, 2025 to January 20th of 2026. And I read the motion, so let me fill you in. Little bit of context in case you're new here. Federal prosecutors are alleging that under the direction of Lil Durk, he and 5 others traveled to Los Angeles in August of 2022 with the goal of taking the life of a man named Tyquan Bowman, aka Quando Rondo. The defendants allegedly followed Quando Rondo throughout the day, and when he pulled up at a gas station, they got out and discharged their firearms. But instead of taking the life of Quando Rondo's cousin was killed instead. And so due to this, prosecutors have charged the group with conspiracy, use of interstate facilities to commit M for hire resulting in death, and 1 count of using, carrying, and discharging firearms in furtherance of a crime resulting in death. And so the trial, which was supposed to start in a few weeks, was expected to last 2 to 3 weeks, and all of the defendants are being tried together, meaning no one has been severed and there are no separate trials. But based on this motion, prosecutors and some of the defendants are saying they need more time. Specifically, the motion says that due to the nature of this case, the number of defendants in this case, and the voluminous discovery, it is unreasonable.
Hold up, before we continue on that last clip I just played at the end, when she said the co-defendant said they need more time, meaning their lawyers are saying that. And Durk lawyers saying his tie saying, nah, nigga, we ready to go. I'm telling y'all right now, Durk should have had a separate trial. He should have had a separate trial, man. Hands down, no questions about it, because you can't trust your Codys. You just can't, man. Somehow, somewhere, I'll be like, yo, nigga, I'm doing a separate trial, man. Y'all niggas do y'all over there, nigga. I'm gonna do me over here. No, respectfully, know what I mean? Because you can't trust your Codys. You just can't. And you the money machine. You the machine. You need to come home. You got a career. Like duh. Like what's going on here, man? If I was one of those Codys, and I understand they trying to get them niggas an L, man. They trying to smoke them niggas with this situation going on in California as that. I'd be shaky too if I was Lil Durk. But I know for a fact, man, listen, he better just try to push a separate trial, man. Let's continue though. Because them niggas is playing games, yo. They talking, we need more time. Nah, nigga, let Durk, like, let's go, nigga. They got lack of evidence on me. What tell me y'all need more time, nigga? The more you wait, the more evidence they're gonna pile up. Let's continue. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Nature of this case, the number of defendants in this case, and the voluminous discovery, it is unreasonable to expect that everyone can prepare within the limits of the Speedy Trial Act. Now, the defendants who are in agreement with moving this trial say that they want it because some of their attorneys have other trials coming up that would overlap with this trial, and they say that the attorneys haven't had time to conduct their own investigations of what's being alleged. Now, one of the defendants that is not in agreement with moving this trial is Durk Banks. You see here in the motion, it says that defendant Banks does not join in the stipulation to continue the trial in this matter. But even with his objection, the other defendants are saying that the time period between now and January when they want to move the trial is a reasonable delay. And because all of these defendants are having their trial together, they say that this delay has to also apply to Durk unless the judge chooses to sever him. So that's the motion. And the next step is for the judge to grant it or deny it. And yes, Durk is still in jail right now. All of his previous bond requests have been denied. It's not to say his attorney won't submit a new request, but as of now, he is still in jail.
See what's going on here? Oh, we're gonna continue. We gotta get to Trench's news. He's gonna break it down even better for y'all. Y'all see what's going on here? Durk don't want to. Yo, listen, Durk gotta have a separate trial, man. He have to. He gotta convince this judge. I'm telling y'all, man. Listen, man, I did separate trial. His lawyers got to convince this judge that he need a separate trial because he's ready to rock and roll in there. He's ready to roll the dice. He's ready to be like, yo, listen, let's go, man. I'm ready to get this out of here. I ain't got time to be sitting here, man. That's Durk mentality. But his co-defendants like, nah, we need more time, this and that. This was his lawyers are saying, oh, yeah, we got to do our investigation. What you mean y'all got to do your investigation? Y'all had plenty of time to do what y'all got to do as lawyers with y'all co-defendants. These niggas been inside there for almost a year already. It's about to be almost a year, man, since these niggas been locked up, meaning on Lil Durk and all these niggas. It's about to be almost a year. So what? How much time you need? Oh yeah, we got other trials going on now. This is the co-defenders' lawyers. This is what they saying. We got other trials going on. It's gonna affect this trial, this and that. This is what his lawyers are pushing into motion. His co-defender lawyers are pushing that into motion. They got other cases, this, that, and the third. It's gonna affect there. They got to do more investigation. This, that, man. Listen, they had enough investigation as it is. You want to go in there. That's what makes me think they got too much evidence on the Codies and not on Little Durk. Because why would Little Durk want to push this trial right away? Why did Little Durk want to be like, yo, let's go, let's rock and roll, niggas? Why would he want to do that? If the feds and the prosecutors are going to present the evidence that they got on Little Durk would have known that by now. I sit back and wait. Your lawyer's going to come and tell you that in the cell. Yo, listen, man, they got this on camera. They got you texting talking about 20,000 on somebody's head, allegedly. They got this, that, and the third. That's the type of spooky little conversation you're going to have with your lawyer if they have so much evidence on Little Durk. But since they don't, he want to go to trial. All the evidence is on these niggas over there, his Codies. But who's gonna start talking? Who's not gonna take the L? Who ain't gonna stand 10 toes down? Y'all remember they was outside. Oh yeah, OTF, this and that. We don't snitch, this and that. And y'all remember all that, right? Yeah, OTF and all. Remember OTF this, OTF that. Is Ken Von little situation gonna pop up in this trial? Will one of these niggas start talking and try to put Little Durk involved with the King Von that being unalive in Georgia? We don't know. Let me tell y'all something, though. Don't count Fannie Willis and the DA down there in Georgia out. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because I got a feeling Little Durk get off on this case. Now, say he do get off on this case, allegedly. Durk been living in Georgia I don't know how long. And allegedly, they were saying that the OTF and Chicago's and all them niggas that came down there, it was causing a lot of chaos out there. Similar to the YSL situation. Remember, there was RICO plus that came for OTF. Where do you think that RICO was coming from? Not Chicago. It was mostly coming from Georgia. But that Quando Rondo and all that shit distracted it. They end up unaliving his cousin, and now that's where we at now. But if that shit would have never happened, that RICO allegedly, with all the little Fannie Willis press conference that she was saying, yeah, we're gonna wipe out people that come to here in Fulton County. We're gonna make sure y'all get out of here. Y'all not residents of Georgia. This is Fannie Willis in a press conference. Y'all not residents. Well, y'all people that come here and just live and cause chaos. We can get y'all out of here. That's Fannie Willis. Y'all remember that infamous press conference? Georgia is the one that was coming with the RICO for OTF, allegedly, and for King Von as that. With Chicago being connected on some state shit with Chicago and probably the federale was going to come later on. But you got to remember, Durk haven't been living in Chicago I don't know how long. So a lot of his homies was living down there in Georgia with him. But he want to speed this shit up, man. He want to speed this up, y'all. But don't count Georgia out of this. I'm telling you right now. But he want to speed this on this case because they got a lack of evidence on Durk, man. The evidence they got on Durk is very thin, is what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing right now. But let's get to Trench's news so he can explain even more better for y'all because he's from Chicago and y'all can understand even more. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Y'all know the vibes.
What we talking about is the Lil Durk and a murder for hire, OTF, Didi, Vonnie, Boogie, Flocka, and all them, man. The murder for hire case. They saying that they innocent. They pled not guilty and everything. We already know what they charged with. Vonnie and Didi being charged with the ringleader, mastermind, and paying everybody. Lil Durk, they saying that he orchestrated it, but they not saying that he paid for it. At first, they were saying he paid for it, but then they just saying he pulled the strings. Now, they is saying that number 4, whoever number 4 is from California, they is saying that he got in contact with Durk to let him know that Quando Rondo and them was what they was and gave him their location and everything. So that's what they saying they got on Durk. We haven't seen nothing else, but at first it was just the lyrics. It was seeming like the lyrics, and then Drew ran his ass on the platform, and then Lil Durk ended up being stuck because of that. One of the reasons. And plus, it's a murder for hire. But the paperwork came out yesterday, and I did it, and I told y'all that Lil Durk is ready to go to trial. But Didi and the rest of them not. They said they ain't ready. Now, everybody's supposed to be innocent. So if everybody was innocent, everybody will go to trial. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all done been in there. It's going on a year. Go to trial if you innocent.
Exactly. But he's going to say the same thing I'm about to say. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. He about to also say the same thing. He think also like I do, most of the evidence is on them niggas, not on Lil Durk. Let's continue. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
If you never did nothing. But they not going to trial because they know they going to get hung. And it look like chances are Lil Durk, he got a little wiggle room. Not saying that he going to get out of none of that, but he got more wiggle room than them for him to be confident, and let his nuts hang and say, hey, look, I'm ready for trial. Even though they got all the gigabytes and all the pages, 20,000 pages and all that shit, Lil Durk said he ready. But word through the grapevine, man, there's people who around them who still talk to the co-defendants of Lil Durk and them to this day, right now. They say that Lil Durk is pissed with them. They had jumped on a motion, all joined the motion to, push back the court date. And Lil Durk like, nah, man, I think if Lil Durk would have thought about it, he probably would have tried to sever his case so he could go to trial. But by all them not going to trial, I don't think Lil Durk going to trial. I think it's going to be pushed back not only to 2026, but it's going to be pushed back to 2027 sometime. Just watch and see. But if you don't believe Trench News, just go on Pacer, check yourself. It's 39 more unsealed documents that needs to be unsealed. I mean, it's 39 sealed documents that need to be unsealed. So that's what I got on that. But yeah, man, it do seem weird that they all was just confident. One guy wanted to go to trial off the back, speedy trial, 4 months. Now, you see all them, nobody don't want to go to trial. The feds must have sold them the evidence, and they like, fuck. They probably trying to cop out or whatever they trying to do, man. Not saying that they telling no dirt, but they probably trying to figure it out themselves so they can see some light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, Lil Durk ready to go to trial, man. He got his shoes, gloves, and everything gone. And them guys like, nah, bro, we ain't ready. Y'all get in the comments and let me.
Exactly. Why they not ready? Because they got more evidence on them than Lil Durk. They got a lack of evidence on Lil Durk. Lil Durk is a possibility. He could beat the heavy charges that they got on him with the murder for hire and all that, allegedly. And he could end up just walking out there with the time serving, get probation, some shit like that. We seen this happen with Thug. Look at young Thug. 10 years probation out here, whatever. But little Durk ain't gonna be like young Thug. Cause little Durk, he got motion going on. Little Durk, little Thug, he lost right now with Gunna, all them niggas not rocking with him. But anyway, little Durk, it's a possibility little Smirk, yo, could come home. But he want to speed this trial up, and I agree with him. Because your lawyers gotta be telling you, yo, man, listen, we could beat this. But we have to go to trial right now. We can't sit back and just let them pile up all this evidence on us, and then by the time we do go to trial, they're going to smoke us and all this. And then they might get one of the guys that end up taking a stand and start snitching and start saying lies or whatever. We've seen this happen plenty of times. It's a crazy situation that little Durk in. I'm being honest, yo. Because if he push this, man, all the way till 2027, he got to sit there again in 20. The only way it's going to get pushed another year or two, another year and a half, if he got a separate trial. He have to have a separate trial, yo. I know Durk sitting there like, yo, I can't go to trial with these niggas, bro. I got to have a separate trial, man. I have to. I have to, man. It's no hands down. It's no question about this. Hopefully he do, because that's the only situation that we all could see that he could end up getting out this situation with the murder for hire and all that. But if he end up getting off, like I told y'all before I get out of here, keep a lookout on Fannie Willis and them down there in Georgia with that little Rico they like to throw around at everybody right now with all these little hip hop artists and their entourage and their labels, whatever. Know what I mean, make sure y'all take a look out on her because she ain't done. But I'm gonna let y'all be the judge on this, man. Who y'all think gonna actually, before I get out of here, who y'all think gonna actually take the stand as far as the Codys of Little Durk in this murder for hire situation that's going on? Y'all think OTF Diddy gonna take the stand? Y'all think OTF Vonnie gonna start talking and just spill all the beans on Little Durk, which his father is running around here talking about that his son need to do that? Because OTF Vonnie is not, I mean, OTF Vonnie dad is not actually vouching for Little Durk. He vouching more for his son to start talking and get himself out that situation. And talking about and trying to bring this King Von conspiracy thing that a lot of more players was involved in that Georgia unaliving King Von. We don't know, man. I'm gonna let y'all be the judge, but man, Durk in an effed up situation, he got to go to court. So he got to go to trial separately. Till then, we out of here, man. We on to the next video, man. So smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. Y'all already know the vibes. Make sure y'all smash that thumbs up. It ain't gonna hurt your feelings. It ain't gonna call shot. I'm up out of here, man. Y'all know the vibes. It's your boy Smoke News TV. Salute, gang.